Hi, Liam.
Oh, hi, hi, Scott. Did you get the ticket?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did. Oh,
Yeah.
great. When will you be here?
I'm on Aer Lingus.
Yeah, wait, I'll write it down. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Aer Lingus, and it arrives at 1:45.
1:45.
Yeah.
And have you got? Then you have got some time for us. So how late will you be going back?
Well, it doesn't leave till like 4 o'clock,
Oh yes. Okay.
so that should be plenty of time, huh?
Yeah, great. And Smiley asked me to ask you if you wouldn't consider staying over, because Brian Downey and Brian Robertson are going to play at the Vibe.
No, I won't consider it.
You won't consider it. I know it. And no, but no, I'm very happy that you have got the time and the opportunity.
Good. So you'll meet me at the gate, yeah?
At the gate, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll recognize us. We've got a camera.
Okay.
Okay.
The first show we ever did, which is in the Lafayette Club in Wolverhampton. And, yeah, it's up north, right? And I think there must have been like 10 people in the audience. Big turnout, right? But up to this point, we'd only been rehearsing, you know, so everybody just kind of stands there in rehearsal, you know, as one does. We get to the gig. Brian Downey's like 1, 2, 3, 4, counts it in, and everybody just exploded. You know, there's Brian Robertson turning cartwheels and Phil screaming at the audience. Brian Downey's just thumping the hell out of his drums, and I'm like, whoa, man. Nobody told me we were supposed to do this. And I'm cowering back to my amps going, shit, right? And Phil's going, get up here, come on, get up here. I'm going, no, no, no. And he physically grabbed me and threw me up to the front, right? And that's where I got the idea that, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to project, you know. Well, you know, the first tour that we did of America, it completely overwhelmed him. You know, New York City, he'd never been into anything like Manhattan before. When we got into, you know, Texas and Wyoming and all that, you know, these were places that a kid from Dublin at that point had only really heard of and seen on TV, where he was actually there doing it and seeing it and tasting it and experiencing it, and his imagination just ran wild. And that's just through playing in Texas. That's where the cowboy song came from. I mean, he loved Texas like you wouldn't believe. And I am just a cowboy, lonesome on, you know, that's where all that came from. There's a lot of high points, you know, as there is with every band. There's a lot of low points too.
What was a low point?
Well, I'd say the lowest point was really towards the end, when the excesses started kicking in with not everybody in the band, but certainly half of the band. Myself and Phil, you know, we went a little bit overboard on the partying angle. There was a lot of drugs, a lot of drink, a lot of everything, a lot of excess going on towards the end, and I really think that because of that, the music suffered quite a bit. Quite a bit.
How is it to play on heroin?
Well, you know, it's like okay in the beginning, and then it catches up with you real fast, you know. You know, I really think what happened with Phil is, you know, we had a lot of success, and he had a lot of success writing hit songs, and we had big albums and all that, and you know, after a while, a prolific songwriter, you know, they tend to get a little scared of maybe losing it. So they look for inspiration in kind of any place they can possibly get it, and it's too easy to have somebody say, hey, well, you know, try this, you know, and you try a little bit of that, and man, you're feeling great, and all of a sudden you come up with a great song, and wow, man, this stuff is magical, right? And then after a while, you know, if you have a few successes with it, you figure, hey, I'll just keep doing this, but you don't realize what's actually happening to you. It's really dragging you down, and by the time it's really grabbed a hold of you, it's too late, and it has really dragged you down. So you know, it's a tough thing to get out of. Once you've started and once it's grabbed hold of you, it's real tough to get out of. For myself, I had to make the complete break from Thin Lizzy. I had to quit the band and get out of there and just kind of sort myself out. Phil, he didn't give himself the chance. He never gave himself, you know, the breathing room to eliminate, you know, the problem that he was having. And it was like a vicious thing. It just caught up with him in a big way. You know?
Did Phil first write the music, or sometimes he also wrote first the lyrics and then the music onto the lyrics?
No, what he did was he'd get the acoustic and he'd sit there and go, well, and you get a melody line, and he might have one line, like the chorus line or something, or an idea, and then he'd build the lyrics around that. But basically the music was just the chords, you just strum, strum, strum. The music came when he brought the song to the band, and then the structure of the thing would start, you know, would be down to me and Scott to sort that out, you know.
And then he always played it for you? Or
yeah, and he always
demos?
got the publishing money as well. So. It's a sore point, you know, because if you realise how much other people put into the songs, then they should have cuts of it, really, and they should get credited for it. But that's the way it went, you know.
Did you have big arguments about it in the band?
No, not at first, because I didn't realise that's where you make all your money.
Yeah.
And I didn't care anyway. I mean, to be perfectly honest, all I wanted to do was pick up the Les Paul, turn it on, and go,
Yeah.
Go out and have a good time.
Yeah.
You know, get hold of a few women, have a wee drink, and play my guitar. And so I didn't. I mean, Phil was very business-minded, so he knew all that side of it. And I didn't realise till about 3 or 4 albums in that, you know, you make your money off the publishing. And when I did start to realise that, we did have we had a few spats about it, yeah. Didn't make any difference, he still got the publishing, you know.
Well, you know, there's been a lot of people saying, well, you know, why didn't the management say anything to him? Why didn't the guys in the band say anything to him, you know? I mean, there's no way that I could have said anything to him, because it would have been too hypocritical. Hey, Phil, stop taking those drugs, and on your way out, pass me the drugs, you know. You know, I mean, he's going to look at me and go, yeah, sure, you know. You know, and as far as, you know, the management saying anything to Phil, well, Phil was his own man. Phil was going to do what Phil wanted to do, no matter what anybody said to him.
And they come to Dublin, right? And their big ambition is to play the Vibe from Philo.
It's not that really a famous song, but you will know it. And we'll play it for Phil and for the band, for you.
When the spirit slips away, there's nothing you can do, nothing you can say. May the angels be watching over you on that fateful day when the spirit slips away. Take to Dublin. Look great to us.